Volkswagen was founded in Nazi Germany. And that's not something I thought I would ever say. I'm going to be honest. I'm not much of a car guru, like when it comes to the old vintage stuff. I do love old vehicles. In fact, one of my favorite old vehicles is a 68 Mustang, but I don't know a lot. So it was kind of surprising to read some of this information while I was deep diving into more concentration camps over the week. And yeah, Volkswagen was technically founded in Nazi Germany and was one of the vehicle types approved by Adolf Hitler, and we're going to get into that. In 1936, Ferdinand Porsche, the founder of Porsche, would design a prototype for a small, compact vehicle that every German citizen could afford. And this was kind of important in Germany because they, at this point, they're starting to produce a lot of their war weapons to get ready for their assault on Poland and everything in a couple years, and they could really use a boost in not only their economy, but something that will boost the economy while saving on some of their resources. So Hitler would approve the production of the KDF wagon, or Volkswagen. Now, what this was really was the Beetle. Now, the Volkswagen Beetle wouldn't get that name until the 60s, so really it was just a KDF wagon. It was prototypes of this. So, in 1942, Porsche and his business partner Speer would start to experiment with using forced labor. So this is kind of where the concentration camps come into play. Volkswagen would outsource to concentration camps to use inmates for cheap, expandable labor to get their factories up and running and to produce their cars. Now, this would kind of start with one camp we're going to talk about today in April 8th, 1942, known as the Arbeitsdorf camp. Now, this was a very small camp and very short-lived. Volkswagen actually had, I want to say it was 4 concentration camps and like 6 of the forced labor areas at this time to help produce these vehicles. This is just an example of one of the camps that I wanted to use real quick today. Now, it would receive inmates from 3 different camps, and I'm probably about to butcher these names, but I'm going to give it a go. It was Neuengamme, Sachsenhausen, and Buchenwald. I guarantee you I butchered those, but those were 3 other camps. They would receive, I think it's like 800 inmates combined from those 3 camps that would work for the new one. Now, like I said, it was short-lived. The camp would close on October 11th, 1942. Now, the reason why these camps closed a lot is because Germany needed to start putting more of their supplies into the war machine instead of into these compact vehicles. So really, Volkswagen didn't start producing these small compact cars for the civilians in the 40s. It was really only given to German military officers and other personnel as like a transportation vehicle for bases. Think of it as like America's Willys Jeep. That's what the Volkswagen would become in Germany. Now, of course, after the war, Volkswagen would actually become a name brand auto manufacturer and start shipping their vehicles all around the world. And then, you got Beetles and stuff from the 60s and 70s coming into America and all that stuff. But for now, it was just a handful of them getting produced in these factories that they could start up before the war machine really needed funding. And so it would close on October 11th, 1942. 6 prisoners would actually end up losing their life at this camp. It would be written off as heart attacks, accidents, or suicide. Because, Germany didn't want to admit to anything else or any other wrongdoings, really. Now, like I said, Volkswagen had multiple camps. I want to dig into them in the future, maybe. But kind of depends. If a lot of them are short-lived like this one, I will not. But the company would actually make an apology statement because, you know, after the war, a lot of this stuff would come out into the light and be a public knowledge for everybody. So Volkswagen would make a apology note and say sorry for using the concentration camps and the slave labor. Now, I am happy that they apologized for it, but we have to look at the time frame. They didn't really have much of a choice per se. Like, you gotta think Porsche and everything are founded in Germany, in Europe, and they kind of just have to work with what they are given. And this was Hitler's way of getting work done in the 40s. You couldn't really get around it and stay on his good side at the same time. So, like, I understand why they did it. But Volkswagen being founded in Nazi Germany was something as a surprise for me, so I wanted to go over it really quick with you guys. We're going to start doing some of the bigger concentration camps in the future, slightly longer videos and stuff, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for camps that you want me to visit, leave them down in the comment section below. If you ever have suggestions on any other videos, do let me know. I reply to them, I look at them, I keep them written on a list. Eventually, I will try to get to them. And I'll see you guys later.